Hi, Cynthia. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your week one writing assignment. First off, let's talk about your formatting. Your heading looks great, but it looks like you forgot to include your header, which is your last name and your page number. That needs to go up here in your upper right hand corner. Remember, there's a tutorial on how to format your paper in MLA located in the resources folder. So if you need directions on how to create a header, it'll show you how to do that. Second, it looks like you got some extra spacing in between your heading, the title, and the beginning of your essay. In MLA, since it's double spaced, there's no need to create extra spacing. So as soon as you include the date, just go ahead and hit return, do your title, hit return again, and then you can start doing your draft. So you want to close up this extra spacing. So let's go ahead and talk about your submission. I think that you're pointing to really good moments in the text. So nice work there. I think the moments that you bring in to your paper here are good moments, good key moments in the text. But there are a couple things I want to talk to you about. So good work, including your signal phrase. However, there's a couple things to keep in mind here. There's no need for this colon right here. The entire phrase should not be italicized, and in fact, in MLA, short stories are in quotation marks, not italics. So make sure that you change that over to quotation marks. Second, make sure that when you are including the author, you spell his name correctly, because that'll be a big credibility issue for you. So Orwell's name is actually W-E-L-L, not W-A-L-L. So in terms of the writing that you're using to capture the what occurs in the text, be certain to pay attention to where you are being a little vague. So for example, this sentence, your ideas are good, but your use of pronouns are vague. So your ideas are starting to become unclear for the reader. So let me show this to you. Then it illustrates that he is having an internal conflict over the execution because he knows in his mind that executing him is wrong. So we're not really sure who is the he and who is the him. And in fact, this almost reads like the entire sentence is in reference to the guard, but you're really talking about two separate people here, the prisoner and the narrator. So make sure that you use more specific language there so the audience can follow your ideas more clearly. You'll notice that Microsoft has flagged a couple of words in your submission, and that's because you are using possessive form, but you forgot to include your apostrophe. So whenever we're talking about ownership, right, we say the prisoner's body, you have to include an apostrophe, because whose body is it? It's the prisoner's. If you don't include the apostrophe, what you're essentially saying there is more than one prisoner's body, right? It's plural, but that's not what you mean. You mean one prisoner and his body. So make sure that you edit for possession, because that's going to cause issues in the reader being able to understand your ideas. So here's what you've essentially done in the summary. You've captured all the plot points, but what you didn't do is state the overarching main idea, the argument, right? So go back through and read through this again and think about how you can more clearly express to the reader the overarching main idea. Essentially, what you've done is just listed plot points, and they are good plot points, right? They seem to be the key moments in the text, but the reader still doesn't know what that overarching main idea is. And that is something that's key to a summary. You include plot points, yes, but those plot points should lead the reader to the overarching main idea.